Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Here are the top 10 secret locations at Disney you are never supposed to know about. Until now. Let's do it. Kicking off the list at number 10, the Whispering Statue. Well, this doesn't sound terrifying at all. Okay. Over at Disneyland, Florida, there's a bronze statue of Goofy. He's 10 feet tall, he's shiny, he's sitting in the sun all day long, so he's probably boiling hot to touch. Well, rumor has it, if you sit next to Goofy on that bench for long enough, the guy might start whispering sweet nothings in your magic Mickey Mouse ears that you bought for $79. This statue can be found near the Lady and the Tramp restaurant over in Tony's Town. Number 9. Caution, do not pull rope. Do not pull the rope. Don't do it. Normally when we see a sign that tells us not to do something, we listen, especially if it's near Indiana Jones Adventure Ride at Disneyland, Florida. You don't want to be running away from any rolling boulders, you know what I mean? Can't be poking around ancient cursed artifacts, my friend. This one's waiting for you in the queue area, so next time you're in line and you're bored out of your mind, maybe do pull a rope or two, see what happens. After the first tug, you'll hear a voice. A nearby excavator will tell you to cut it out. It's kind of funny, whatever. If you pull it a second time, you'll hear loud noises, crashes, and a big bang. It's actually pretty alarming. Apparently it scares a lot of kids, which is pretty fun. And it's all your fault. That's right, all because you pulled that rope. Better keep that line moving. Sounds like a heap of hurt waiting for you. Number 8. Musical manholes. Disneyland is full of magic. There's animatronics that move on their own, statues that whisper in your ears when you don't expect it. There's music in the air and also in the ground, apparently. In Disneyland, Florida's Toontown, there's a big fountain with Mickey leading an orchestra. Now these instruments aren't doing much, that is, until you stand on a tune hole cover. That's when corresponding instruments start to fire up. So if you have enough friends or family members, you could start an entire orchestra for guests at the park, and they would have no idea it's because of you and your tune manhole cover. There's probably many of you who don't know this and accidentally stepped on a tuba cover. You're like, what was that? Number 7. Hidden Mickeys. When Walt Disney himself said, "I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse," I got to thinking, which mouse? Was it Stuart Little? Who was he talking about here? Was he talking about the mouse with an ear on its back? That's always a fun one. Or Mickey Mouse, of course. The iconic 3 circles that puts your imagination to the test. If you're visiting Disney Orlando anytime soon, keep an eye open for the hundreds of Mickey Mouse symbols hidden around the park. Yep, they're hidden in the walls, the floors, paintings. In total, there's rumored to be over 1,000 hidden Mickey Mouse logos. Number 6. No more dragons. Disney's Animal Kingdom was originally supposed to have even more animal goodness. Can you believe that? Even more magic. The park originally planned for 3 types of areas, 3 different themes. Animals that are real, animals that are real but now extinct, and animals that are mythological, like unicorns or even dragons, per se. Evidence of this can be found looking directly at you when you enter the park. Right in the Animal Kingdom sign, in front of the park, you can see a dragon, representing the never finished Beastly Kingdom. That'd have been a lot of fun, Beastly Kingdom. You're like, is it real? I don't think it's real. Number 5. Cinderella Suite. Cinderella's castle at Disney World is the main attraction. Without that castle, it would just be a regular theme park. Of course, the castle is a smaller scale than a real medieval one, obviously, so it's a surprise to find out that there's actually a real hidden suite in that castle. And yes, it's quite magical. To get there, you'll need to take a pumpkin carriage elevator. How magical is that? And then in the actual suite, you'll find 2 beds and a pull-out couch. Yeah, nothing more enchanting than a pull-out couch. That's fun. That'll probably be mine if I went with friends, for sure. There's stained glass windows, a fireplace to keep you warm in Orlando, Florida. But I almost forgot the most important detail. You need to be invited, of course. You can't just waltz in there. It's not an Airbnb. Get out of here. You have to win a contest in order to even get in the building. To be honest, I don't think I'd want to spend the night here. It doesn't look cozy at all. Looks kind of scary and boring. Pull-out couches? Also, no way. Number 4. Underground tunnels. In a place like Disney, there has to be room for employees to take a breather, right? That much time in character, all those high fives. I get it. I've done mascot work for a theme park. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's a lot of yuck going on inside that mask, right? It's not the easiest job. But they're human too. They need to take breaks, they need to clock in and clock out. Where does that magic happen? Well, this needs to be away from the public eye, right? You can't have people watch as Mickey takes his head off to go for a smoke. No way, obviously. So instead, Disney has hidden underground tunnels to move around the park without worrying about staying in character or getting caught in large crowds. During the early park days, Walt Disney himself saw a cowboy from Frontierland walk through Tomorrowland. to get to his post. And it just didn't make any sense, you know? It took the magic out of the air. More than fair. So in turn, he made 392,000 square feet of underground tunnels, and that ought to do the trick. Yeah, and also, yes, they look creepy. There's zero magic in these tunnels. Number 3, teacups. The teacup ride is one of the best hidden gems in the park. The Fantasyland Spin Fest is worth waiting for if you know which cups to run for. And yes, it turns out it does matter. You always see kids running, you're like, it doesn't matter, they're all the same. No, it definitely does matter. I was wrong my whole life. There's 18 teacups in total, and the speeds all vary. Here's a hot tip. The orange teacup with diamonds and the purple teacup, they go the fastest. All right, so pass that on. Pass it on to your family and friends, there you go. There's 2 teacups with hearts, and yes, they might be lovely, but these ones are the slower teacups. So if your date is like, oh, these ones look romantic, don't do it, okay? We gotta go to this one. We gotta go fast today, we gotta whip. That wheel in the center, we're not here for fun, okay? We're here for speed. We're clocking in numbers today. We're hitting G-forces. Number 2, family of the day. If you're a family of early birds and you also love waiting outside of amusement parks, well, have I got the place for you, my friends? Here we go. Every morning there's a loud opening ceremony known as the rope drop. This happens when the park first opens, right in the morning. The only way to get picked, according to insiders, is to have matching Disney gear and to arrive early and show energy. Nice. So no crying at 7 a.m., okay? This is Disneyland, okay? This is magical. Don't ruin our day. The family gets a tour of Main Street before it opens to the general public, and you get to walk around with Mickey and the gang all the way to the Magic Kingdom train station. And then they get to see the morning crowd all arrive and gather below. Major Willy Wonka vibes going on with this one. I don't know if I'd want a morning tour with all the mascots as they're waking up, yawning, giving me high fives. I'm all set. And finally, number 1, the spitting camel. If you thought Gold Tooth Goofy was fascinating, well, buckle up, Imagineers. In 2019, this secret location was actually removed. And honestly, good thing. Gone, but certainly not forgotten. That's why I'm here. Since 2001, the grounds of Magic Carpets of Aladdin were refreshing, to say the least. In Adventureland and Magic Kingdom, you'd be walking near the attraction when all of a sudden water would hit you in the face from somewhere. From something. Yeah, it turns out that camel that sits in front of the ride, he would sometimes squirt water out of its mouth randomly into some poor soul's retina. How lovely is that? Yeah, some lukewarm Florida pipe water hitting you directly in the pupil. How magical is that? There you go, grab a hat on the way out. As of 2019, the spitting camel has since been removed, but fear not, there's still the other camel. Let's just hope this one doesn't gain the ability to, you know, project swamp water at passerbyers. That would be nice if it just stayed put. Those are the top 10 secret locations at Disney you were never supposed to know. I've been your host, Taylor McWatters, and I'll see you next time at Most Amazing Top 10. Peace.